Strangers with Kittens, Gen X stories from the least parented generation. Hi, welcome to Strangers with Kittens. It's our pre-Thanksgiving episode. I'm getting ready to host my family. I host a lot and I love it, but it's stressful. And the house gets really messy and I'm cleaning up for 2 or 3 days afterwards. I just decided that I'm going to make things easy and go to Costco and buy some pre-made stuff, which, Costco's fantastic and the food is delicious. So no harm there. Just try to have the least stressful Thanksgiving yet. So we'll see if I'm successful. So not the last episode with Vijay, but the one before that. I was talking about how Gen X grew up in the golden age of the bully, right? There were no adults around to intervene and protect kids from bigger, meaner kids that would prey on them. And there were the bullies and there were the victims. And then there were the rest of us that had to deal with it, that were trying to not be the next victim and witnessed stuff that still haunts us to this day. And I was thinking about how it feels like deja vu right now, because watching the news, reading the newspaper, seeing videos on Instagram about ICE raids in San Antonio and Chicago and Charlotte, it's really upsetting and makes me feel, and I don't think I'm alone in this, like I did when I was a kid. It was lawlessness and it was survival of the fittest. And, you just felt like, isn't somebody supposed to stop things like this? I was talking to a friend who was also voicing feelings of helplessness and outrage fatigue, which I do think that you have to really limit yourself. I know that because we're not in detention centers, we are privileged in that we can look away. And I don't think that we should look away all the time. I do think, however, that you need to look away sometimes because you'll just end up curled in a ball, unable to function. It's crazy how the human brain normalizes things when it's exposed to really messed up things over and over again. They start to feel normal, and I don't want the current world, the way it is right now, to feel normal to anyone. It makes me sad that young people are growing up in this and this is sort of their normal. So I think we have to resist in that way, but I also think you have to protect your mental health. You have to really make conscious decisions when you want to see what's happening in our country. And then when you need to take a break and you need to just take care of yourself, or maybe you need to go watch reruns of Cheers. I've been feeling helpless. I've been feeling powerless, but like, this is our country and this is happening here. And I'm not doing anything about it because I don't know what to do about it. And it reminds me of seeing a kid hanging from the telephone pole hook by his underwear. And I was smaller than the kid that was bullying him. This shouldn't be happening. I don't know what to do. I'm powerless to stop it. And I think a lot of us feel that way right now. Going into Thanksgiving and the holidays, I think it becomes even more poignant. But I just want to say that we, as a society, we pay our taxes. Our taxes are supposed to be going toward helping our neighbors, towards things like SNAP and other social programs that help people with food scarcity, with rent if they've lost their job or something's happened and they need something to buoy them. That's what we all pay taxes for. However, our elected officials don't seem to be allocating that money to help people. And it makes us all feel guilty and complicit. You're doing your part in so many ways. If you're voting, if you're paying your taxes, these are all social contracts that we have entered into where we're upholding our side. And then the people that take our money are supposed to be allocating it to help our neighbors, and they're not. And instead, it's going toward paying a very hefty salary to brutalize people, to take minors off the street, to separate families, to take babies away from their parents. And no one, almost no one, is okay with that and has that same feeling of watching bullies victimize people and looking around thinking, isn't there anyone that is going to stop this? Isn't there something in place that protects us? And it's so unsettling. I know how lousy it feels. I feel it too. You're not alone in feeling that way. But we are getting shortchanged in the way that we have held up our end of the bargain, and a lot of our elected officials are not holding up theirs. There isn't a lot we can do about that until it's time to elect someone else. I don't know. You've done your part in so many ways. And also that if there's some small way that you can help locally, I gathered up some stuff and brought it to our local food pantry. Some winter coats that we weren't really using, some warm clothes, and some food. And it's a small thing, but it's something. It's not going to change the world. And I know that it's not going to stop the bullying, the large scale nationwide bullying that's going on now, but it's a small good thing. And I feel like if we all, and there are a lot of us, just do the small good things that we can do, that matters. And maybe that'll change the tide of things. Slowly, I feel like we're trying to turn the Titanic before we hit the iceberg, or we've already hit it. I don't know. But if we all do the small things that we can do, be kind to our neighbors, make whatever donation we can, do our part of being a positive member of the community in any way that we can, it really does matter. It also helps us, right? Like it helped me. It helps me to do those little things. I know they're not huge, but they're something. It helps me feel less powerless, and it helps me feel less complicit. And I don't think it's delusional. I think it's what I'm capable of. I'm one person and I can do these small things. And if we all do our couple of small things, and we vote, and we pay attention as much as we can while still protecting our mental health, these things are going to add up. And it just reminds us that we're not powerless. So just going into this holiday season, going into Thanksgiving, I want to say that I'm really thankful for you guys, for being here, for listening, for watching. I'm really thankful for this community. I'm thankful for this awesome shirt that a friend of mine gave me. 1968 original parts. That's another thing that really helps is I am a thank you note writer. It makes me feel good, and hopefully it makes the recipient feel good. And when someone does something kind, it's really nice to acknowledge it and to think about it a couple of days later and send a note saying, hey, you were really kind to me and I appreciate that. And I think it encourages more kindness. It certainly makes me remember that there's a lot of kindness in the world. So I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for being here, for listening, for watching, for going to the website, for leaving messages. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to see you when the leftovers are all gone. Bye. Strangers with Kittens is taped before a live audience of dogs. If you like our show, please rate, review, and share on social media.